wastelander, like in the stories about Dave.
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Fallout 3. So we're continuing from where we left off here, and you guys told me that there's something I missed here in the museum. Let me see here. In the Museum of the Republic of Dave. Here we go. There it is. Only through observation will you perceive weakness. Your perception has been permanently increased by 1. Thank you for telling me about that, guys. Okay. Okay, now, now I'm gonna get that new rifle here. You guys told me that if I like bolt-action rifles, I'll like the,
And another vote for me. After counting the votes, the president is... Well, looks like another triumphant victory for myself. Yes? What can President Dave...
Okay. Yeah, so that was the ballot box. Vote for Dave.
Man, the brahmin smell awful today.
This gun, Old Painless. This is the gun that you guys were telling me about. I lost karma for that? Oh, take this too. Okay, well, I'm playing as a good character, but, you know, it's... You owe me that day for helping me win the election. Okay. Okay. Now then. Let's go to Rivet City and let's learn about the history.
Everything looks okay.
Hello, mister. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
This here is Flack and Shrapnel's gun shop. Pretty catchy, huh? Take a look around. If you see anything you like, I'll be right over here.
Aren't you afraid someone will use your own guns to rob you? This is quite a selection, but they're all in lousy condition. Can I see what kind of guns you have for sale?
Need to do some killing, eh?
Let's see here. Ammo, yeah. Sell the darts. Electron charge pack, I sell that, I don't need that. Okay. Buy all your 32 caliber rounds. And 308s. Take all the 5.56 too. Look at his guns. What has he got? Okay, what about armor? Advanced radiation suit, combat armor, metal armor, recon, armor helmet. Okay.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Did you know that Polly Cantelli's an addict?
Yeah, he's totally strung out. It's gonna kill him one of these days.
Is there anywhere I can get a drink on this tub?
Try the Muddy Rudder. They don't ask too many questions down on the lower deck.
Know anything about the history of Rivet City?
Fred, I can't help you, pal. Been here for years, but all I know about the history is that it's a safe place to settle down. Maybe Bannon can help you out. He sure acts like he knows it all. If you need more ammo, this is where... That's secure for a reason.
Welcome to Rivet City Supply. Howdy, I'm Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here.
You got T 51B. No, then you don't have everything.
A what? Look, if you just want to crack wise, go somewhere else. But if you've got stuff you want to sell, then I'm your man.
What do you know about Rivet City's history?
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking up all the repairs and attention we can give her. I grabbed a wrench and joined in the reconstruction pretty much first thing out of the womb. But I never really cared about the politics.
Can you think of anyone from back then that might know more?
Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton. And he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly.
What can you tell me about the reconstruction?
Oh, well, the old girl had seen a lot of damage, especially where the Mirelurks used to nest, and where the super mutants kept trying to get in. I guess the mutants and the Myers got so busy fighting each other, it gave us the time we needed to make this place shipshape. Does that tell you what you need to know? Anyway, we're here in Rivet City, and she's in good hands now.
Enough about Rivet City?
Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl.
What have you got to sell?
I've got a little bit of everything.
Okay, see, what can I sell him that I don't really need right now? Pre-war money, gonna take that. Other than that, yeah, I don't really need much.
Another See you. Closing time. I hope Vera waits for me.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Welcome to
Bannon.
Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member.
Get that gun out of my
I carry
face.
discriminating attire for discriminating customers.
I don't know, like, why he's waving that, like, in my face. I see you're also a person of refinement. So I'm not good enough to shop here?
That's not what I meant. What I meant was that my goods are of the highest quality, which I assume is what you're looking for.
So you're on the city council?
Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes.
Seagrave? Oh yeah, he's clueless. It's really none of my business.
Don't want to get mixed up in politics, eh? Don't blame you.
Can I ask you about Rivet City's history?
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
Hasn't Rivet City been around for longer than 12 years?
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it.
Oh, man.
If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie. Come back soon. Closing time.
Okay. Wow, look at this.
Make it quick, will you? I'm coming down and I gotta get my fix.
You shouldn't take that
That's what
stuff. It'll
Cindy
kill you.
says too, but I got the itch. I need it bad.
I've got to run, Polly. Okay, yeah, he needs serious help.
And sold him. She prayed every night to God for his safety. She did not pray for herself, although her burden was great. Each night, she would preach the word of God to the slavers. After 16 years, God provided a miracle. One of the slavers repented his wicked ways and helped her to escape.
Who is this Saint Monica?
She is the patron saint of lost children, very popular among the faithful of Rivet City. I'm surprised you've never heard of her. If you want to hear her story, it will be the topic of my sermon on Sunday. Services begin at 8 a.m. You should come.
You're a priest?
Yes, my flock is all of Rivet City. You should come to services this Sunday. I'll be telling the tale of Saint Monica.
What do you know about Rivet City's history?
Oh, it's not the past of the city that I dwell upon, but the future of its inhabitants. But if you're interested, I believe Miss Weatherly or Mr. Bannon would be glad to speak with you on the subject.
I need to go, Father.
Saint Monica bless you.
Okay,
I'm Diego, the acolyte for St. Monica's.
who is this Saint Monica?
St. Monica saved her own son's soul from eternal damnation. She is now the patron saint of lost children for the faithful everywhere. You really should come to church on Sunday mornings. The sermon will be all about St. Monica.
Could I ask you about Rivet City's history?
I heard tell the place used to be run by raiders until someone cleared the whole place out. But I don't really know for sure.
Goodbye, Diego. I think that, oh, don't want to pick this, yeah. I think that Diego actually does want to leave the church. Rivet City Marketplace. Marketplace closed at night. St. Monica's Church. Capital Preservation Society. Oh, they might actually know a little bit here. Who runs this place over here? Oh.
Quite an impressive collection, isn't it? Well, don't be shy. Have a look around. Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history.
Yes, it's an interesting collection indeed. It's an interesting collection of garbage. Oh, good. I was looking for some... Okay, it's an interesting collection indeed.
Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection.
It has to be the Declaration of Independence.
Why, yes. Your knowledge of American history is quite impressive. What an amazing crown jewel in my collection that would be. The original document created by the people for the people.
If you do want me to retrieve the Declaration, all you have to do is ask. Let me take a leap of faith here. You want me to find it for you. What's your point? Skip the history lesson, Professor. You want me to retrieve the Declaration? All you have to do is ask.
Oh, would you? It would mean so much to me and the Society's collection here.
I'd love to be a part of history and bring you to that Declaration. Slow down there, Gramps. What's the reward you're talking about? Okay, I'd love to be part of history.
Excellent! You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine, you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives.
Can you show me how to get to the National Archives on my map?
In the DC ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you.
I have a few questions about the Declaration of Independence.
Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power.
All this info on the Declaration, where'd you get it? I don't like secrets.
Well, this is quite embarrassing, actually. I sent someone like yourself after the Declaration. She did some of the research for me, but now I haven't seen her in a few months. I wouldn't worry about it. Many have died for causes far less grand than what you're about to undertake.
What does the Declaration of Independence look like? What's the history behind the document?
On July the 4th in 1776, a group calling themselves the Second Judgmental Congress got together at Fort McHenry in Maryland. After a ceremony which ended with Paul Revere singing the famous battle hymn known as the National Anthem, the document was signed. From there, it was sent to England by plane, presumably, and presented to King George himself. Thus began the Evolutionary War.
I was like, when he started saying the location, I was like, okay, yeah, what does the Declaration of Independence look like? Yeah, there was no planes in 1776.
A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully.
Let me ask you something else.
Certainly.
Well, I've looked around a bit.
Oh? And have you come to any conclusions?
Okay, this we've seen it. I've already, said this. Do you know the history of Rivet City?
It's funny now that you ask. I can tell you all about the capital, but I really haven't got any idea about Rivet City itself. I can't see how important it is compared to the capital's history, but maybe Bannon might know something. He's in the governing council, after all.
I have to go now. Okay.
Big idea.
Oh, Mr. Lopez.
Haven't run into you before. You probably wouldn't remember me anyway. I'm Mr. Lopez.
Why wouldn't I remember you?
Nobody does. I'm not very memorable. Don't worry. It won't be a problem for much longer.
So, you can actually find him at the very top of the ship trying to kill himself, and you can stop him from doing that.
Hey there.
Shrapnel, what an interesting name.
Don't know you, don't care. Keep it short.
Know where I can offload some guns?
You're kidding, right? Flak and shrapnel's in the market. I'm shrapnel, you idiot.
Can I ask you about Rivet City's history?
History? Fuck if I know. Hell, fuck if I care.
Hello.
Welcome to the Weatherly.
What? Who's your owner, Rust Bucket?
I serve Miss Vera Weatherly, proprietor.
know where she is right now.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel.
Oh, I just heard welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. Wait, what?
I should check in with my
where did she
guests.
just come from?
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess.
Have you heard any interesting gossip?
Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife, Cindy.
Are there any fun rumors flying around Rivet City?
You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones.
Are there any other rumors you've heard?
They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city.
You know anything about Rivet City's history?
Well, I could tell you all about my hotel. But I'm sure I don't know anything about how Rivet City itself got started. I mean, you hear rumors and you make guesses, but I really couldn't say I know for sure. And I'd hate to lead you down the wrong path.
Well, is there anyone who knows more?
Actually, now that you mention it, Seagrave may know more about it. He's been here since he was just a boy, and I can't imagine anyone knows this ship better than he does.
So long, Vera. Okay.
Hey there.
Hey.
Flight deck. Okay, we're gonna want to go up. Oh, here we go.
This area is
Private
off limits to
Jones.
civilians.
Hey there.
Pretty high up too here, but I think there's a way to go even higher, right?
Hello.
Oh, yep.
Just leave me alone.
Hey.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
We should be able to talk Mr. We should be able to talk him out of killing himself here. Oh, here he is.
Just leave me alone.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
Good to see you.
Hey. Hello. Hey there.
I wish I had the courage to end it all.
Real courage is living. Only cowards commit suicide. Couldn't save your family, can't kill yourself. Yeah, that's so cruel. Real courage is living.
You may be right, but I have nothing to live for.
What about Ted? He needs guidance, a father figure.
Ted Strayer. I suppose I could talk to him. He is kind of a lost boy. Thank you, stranger. Someday, maybe I'll get courage.
Yeah, so that's one thing you can do there. Stop Mr. Lopez from killing himself.
This area is awfully
I think you can also cure the addiction, cure the addiction that Polly has. What's this? Okay.
Maybe you don't know who you're talking to. I'm Commander Danvers, Assistant Chief of Security.
Oh, I just wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, well, I don't have time for newbies like you. You got something on your mind? Spill it.
I've heard that Rivet City's run by some kind of council.
Chief Harkness meets with Dr. Lee and Bannon to discuss security matters. It's a waste of a good Monday morning, if you ask me. They should just let Chief Harkness call the shots.
Is Polly really addicted to chems?
Yeah. He's a mess. I'm glad I'm not in Cindy's shoes.
Can you tell me about Rivet City's history?
Sorry, but I don't really know much about it. More worried about what's going wrong with the here and now, see?
You've been very helpful.
Duty call.
Okay.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
Take a look around. Oh, I really...
Vera spoke very highly of you. She says you know all about this place.
She did? Well, I suppose I've picked up a lot over the years. I mean, no one's spent more time tinkering on this old girl than I have. Oh, Rivet City, I mean. Not Vera. I mean, Vera's not old. And I haven't tinkered on her, obviously. Not that I wouldn't. I mean, no.
Okay, that's just
anyway,
weird.
You might find some clues in Pinkerton's place, in the broken-off bow. He was around before me and used to store stuff there before he left.
Enough about Rivet City.
Oh.
Uncover Rivet City's true history. Okay.
If you want a gun, you've come to the right place.
Hello.
Yep, right here. Ooh. Oh, okay. There's some water there, but... Oh, wonderful. Yeah, so it looks like the bolt on this gun works a lot faster than the other ones. Damn, okay, oh, what the? Another one, wonderful. Question is, do I go up or down here? You see all that stuff in the air? Oh god, yep. That's exactly what I was saying, is that there's gas here. That's a mine. Okay, we're getting close. This place is so confusing. Okay, this is the door, that opens it.
How the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already.
What are you doing here in this wrecked part of the ship?
I live here. It's where I do my work, and it's far away from Dr. Lee and all those other monkeys dressed up like scientists. You made it past my defenses, which proves you aren't a dummy. And you haven't killed me, so I suppose you aren't here to do that. I suppose you can hang around if you want. Just don't touch anything.
What kind of work are you doing here?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert. And I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And after all that, Lee and her gang of flunkies pushed me out. Ha! Project Purity, indeed. But a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
Tell me about the city's history.
What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going.
I hear you're the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's founding, but you've been here for so long, you must know something. Please, it's very important. It's for a book about the Wasteland. I hear you're the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's founding.
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
Setting the record straight is exactly my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
They used to be in charge. How did you end up here?
That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big Purity Project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell, if I'm leaving the city I made great.
What do you know about Project Purity? Do you have hard evidence of this? I can imagine she'd be more popular, even assuming this is all true. Do you have any evidence of all this?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place.
What do you know about Project Purity?
Who cares? It's some hydroponics pipe dream that Lee's been working on forever. Waste of time and effort, I say. Apparently, though, my teams cared more about it than they did about little things like defense systems or making this ship float again. Treacherous bastards, all of them.
I can't imagine why she'd be more popular, even assuming this is all
What
true.
are you suggesting, you little brat? I may not be on the science team anymore, but I still know how to keep records. Here. They probably don't even remember, but I kept...
I have to go now.
Don't let...
Okay. Yeah, so he does,
come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
He does facial reconstruction, if I remember correctly. This is where he lives. I wonder if he has any books here, bed. Workbench. No, it doesn't look like... I don't think he has any books here. Okay. And you guys told me in the comments that I should go back and talk to Vance, because he will teach me how to use blood packs, so I know that. Thank you for telling me about that one. Damn, I need a skill of 100 to pick that. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go back the way I came then. I can't imagine how he gets out of here. Unless he uses that other door, but... Okay. Now we can go back to Moira and we can tell her we found out, you know, new information on Project Rivet City.
I heard things are going well for you today, sir?
I'm gonna store some stuff here too, because I'm getting over encumbered constantly. Store that, I don't need that. BB gun too, we'll store that as well. Okay, yeah, that's at least clearing up a ton of space. I'm gonna show you guys the most disturbing quest in this game, too.
Here. You've done so much for us.
Certainly, thank you. Right away, okay.
There's my super assistant. Any luck finding out how Rivet City...
Rivet City is actually the remains of an ancient underwater civilization. Why? After a lot of searching, I got the real history of Rivet City. I can't get a straight answer on these folks. History's for losers. I'll do it later. No. After a lot of searching, I've got the real history of Rivet City.
Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? Good information takes real work to uncover after all. So, tell me all about it.
It began as a research station, which is why it's still a scientific haven. It had success as a science station, and people flocked to success. Intelligence, mistake.
With the protected location and resources that came from those scientific advances, I can definitely see how it grew so quickly. A bit of smarts leads to a big reward, huh? Speaking of which, in thanks, have a few of these for the next time you've got to be quick on your wits. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future.
Okay, I'm ready to continue research in the last chapter.
I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics. So there's some research to be done in the old Robco production facility. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. I'll need you to gather information there for me. And that'll be it for the last chapter. So, what'll it be?
I could check the library. Maybe there's someone's already written a book like yours.
Oh, that sure saved me a lot of time. But I bet their book wouldn't have anything about exploding mole rats, would it? Books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there, and if you can download records from its computer. Information dumps like those would be invaluable for rebuilding humanity.
Okay, I'll check out the local library.
Great. The library should be in Old Arlington, not far from downtown. See if you can download the archives from its computer. If you can't get those, then even the card catalog would be useful. Any little piece of information could help the book, and thus humanity.
Okay, I have to go now.
I got one.
Oh, we've got to go to the water treatment plant, right? I believe it's up here. Now, we were gonna rob Moriarty, too.
You're listening to Galaxy News Radio, and I'm your host, Three Dog.
I'm watching you.
And look who it is.
I have to go now. The thing is, though, is I wonder if you kill him, I think you actually get good karma, but I don't know if everybody else is gonna attack me if you...
5-day forecast. Thanks for listening, children.
No.
This is Three Dog. Ow! And
I'm out of here.
We're Radio Free Wasteland.
Yeah, it looks like people do run away. So you have to kill him quietly, which is going to be a little harder to do.
Lord and master of all, I survey.
But if you kill him, Gob will actually take over. So it's actually better killing him, because I don't know why you lose karma for killing him, because there's a lot of evil karma characters in the game. Where's that water treatment plant?
Thunder of his voice. Let the men, women, and children of the earth come forth
together. Water treatment plant. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
Yeah? What is it?
Interesting buying some scrap metal.
I sure am.
Just take all the scrap metal I have.
Well, all right. Let me count out your cash.
I have to go now. Okay, use the rifle. The metros here, I'm pretty sure, are filled with feral ghouls. So yeah, this quest that I'm doing is the most disturbing quest in the game, and you'll see why in a moment. Wait, why can't I get a shot on this one? Ooh, that's creepy. It's like a stim pack. Yep. Oh, wonderful. So glowing ones are basically a rarer version of feral ghouls, but glowing ones, they emit radiation. Yep, that's what I was scared of happening.
I'm not playing around. Come over here. We need to have a little chat. I don't want to waste bullets on your sorry hide.
I'm here to see Roy Phillips.
Oh yeah? Is he expecting you? Well then, run along. It's not wise to keep Roy waiting. Has a bit of a temper, that one. You watch yourself.
I have to go now. Gotta go, okay, here.
What are you doing here? It's not safe for your kind around here.
Just passing through.
Just passing through? That's no way to live your life. You need a purpose, a goal. It's the only thing that keeps you from realizing how meaningless this shit-filled existence really is.
I have to go now. Okay.
Why don't you look where you're going?
Hey, Roy is down here then, I think.
What do you want?
I killed a bunch of crazy ghouls in the metro tunnels.
So you killed a bunch of feral ghouls. Is that supposed to sound impressive? I got no compassion left for those mindless freaks. But they were a nice deterrent keeping out smooth-skinned bastards like yourself.
So what are you doing in the metro tunnels?
Biding our time, making plans, getting ready. Tenpenny and his pack of elitist wannabes can't keep us out of that tower forever. We've got rights, and we'll take them if they aren't given to us.
I might be able to help get you in there. You're secure in these tunnels. Why are you trying to get into Tenpenny anyways?
Ghouls aren't built for luxury and comfort, is that it? You think ghouls belong scurrying around in the dark, dank underbelly of the wasteland? You got a lot of nerve.
I might be able to help you get in there.
I already got a plan. They think I'm a monster? I'll show them the real monsters. We'll unleash our feral brethren on them. All those bigoted sons of bitches will get torn apart. Trouble is getting past the damn subway access door. You see, there's some kind of escape door that leads from the Tenpenny basement to the subway tunnels. There must be some way to get that open.
Let me try talking to Tenpenny. Maybe he wouldn't mind you living there. Whatever, you're no better than Tenpenny, that's true. Let me try talking to Tenpenny.
Huh. Those snooty bitches probably can't stand living with each other, let alone with us. But by all means, try talking to Tenpenny if you like. But it won't work. Then we'll do it my way. You get that escape door in the Tenpenny basement open, and I'll unleash those ferals on them.
Let's talk about Tenpenny.
What about it?
I think I can convince them to, let you live there.
You think so, do you? Give it a shot, kid. But you're dreaming. I'll wait to give you a shot, but then we're doing it my way.
I have to go. And also,
What's the
Roy,
status
I
on
think... let's talk about something else. What's it like being a ghoul?
You better choose your next words really carefully, because you're starting to piss me off.
I didn't mean to offend, I'm not prejudiced. You eat people's brains, right? So what's it like being a zombie? Oh, never mind. I didn't mean to offend, I'm not prejudiced.
Sure, whatever you say. You pretentious, two-faced asshole.
No, oh really, I mean it. I don't care if you're a ghoul or not.
Uh-huh. Fine, whatever. Being a ghoul ain't anything worse than any other thing somebody's got to deal with. Like your stupidity, for example. You can't help it. You were born stupid, or dropped on your head as a kid. Either way, it ain't nothing you can change. So you deal with it.
I have to go now.
Hurry up. Those bigots got...
Now, the thing about, Roy is I think that Roy is a pre-war ghoul. I think that he actually was a policeman before the apocalypse. I think that's his backstory. Oh. I need this more than you, Roy, I'm sorry. Playing as a good karma character, but I need this more than you. Okay.
What are you waiting for? Go open that emergency door.
Oh, hello. I'm Bessie Lynn. I don't think you should be down here. Did you talk to Roy? I hope you know what you're doing. You could get in a lot of trouble by coming around uninvited.
Nice to meet you, Bessie. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'm trouble. That's all you need to know. Say nothing. Nice to meet you.
I wouldn't want to see anyone get hurt. You must be pretty tough to get past all the ferals. They tend to leave us alone. But someone like you... Am I babbling again? Roy tells me I shouldn't do that.
What's it like being a ghoul?
Oh, well, it's not so bad, I guess. Once you get used to it. But it's not like before. I used to be pretty, you know. Everyone used to come around all the time. People stop wanting to be around you, though. When it starts to happen. When you start to change, I mean.
I have to go now. Okay. So we're gonna convince the residents of Tenpenny Tower to let the ghouls live there.
Hey there.
Give me a second. Keep your panties on.
Okay. So there's 3 ways basically to resolve this quest. You either kill Roy Phillips and his followers. You convince Tenpenny to let them live there, or you open the tunnels.
Ready to take on. You take care of those ghouls yet?
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
Hell no. Tenpenny won't allow it. And I take my orders from him.
What if Tenpenny will let the ghouls live here?
He'd be out of his goddamn mind. But like I said, ultimately I work for him, so whatever he says goes. But I wouldn't like it.
I've met them. Roy Phillips and those other ghouls, they don't seem all that bad.
Look, kid, I don't care what you think about them. Unless Tenpenny says otherwise. They aren't allowed in here. End of story. Quit wasting my time.
I have to go now. Okay. Talk to Tenpenny. This Tenpenny suite right here.
You have a curious look about you, I presume.
There are some ghouls who want to live here. What do you think about that?
Why, I do believe you've lost your mind. Ghouls living here? You're serious?
What if the residents are okay with ghoul neighbors?
I don't suppose I'd mind terribly if ghouls were to live here. And it would be a good bit of sport hunting them down if they misbehaved. I dare say, though, you'll have a bit of trouble convincing certain residents to go along with your novel proposition. Tell you what, if you can convince Mr. and Mrs. Wellington, Mr. Ling, Miss Montenegro, and Ms. Lancaster, those ghouls can live here. Have you seen me shoot? I'm quite proficient, if I do say so myself.
Okay. Now we just have to convince all those residents.
Well, what's the status on Roy Phillips and his gang?
Hello?
Yes? Welcome to Boutique La Chic. I'm Lydia Montenegro, proprietor. Here you'll find only the best, with a price tag you can boast about to your friends.
Nice place you have here.
Your taste in shopping venue is impeccable. How may I assist you?
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You're being serious? That's out of the question. What an absurd notion.
I've met those ghouls. They're civilized and pose no threat.
I think you must have been out in the sun too long. Perhaps I could sell you a nice hat to keep your brain from frying?
This is happening. You're going to have to deal with it or get forced out.
You horrible little zombie lover. What right do you and your disgusting buddies have to push honest, hardworking, important people around like that? Where do you propose I live?
I'm sure you'll find something suitable, don't worry.
Don't worry? Did you just step out of a vault? Haven't you seen what's out there? I'm doomed. And it's all your fault.
Yeah, so she just leaves, basically.
I'm sure.
Where will I go? Ah, hello.
Hi. Herbert Dashwood. Damn glad to meet you. Call me Daring.
Daring, but you had to earn that nickname, huh?
Maybe you've heard the GNR radio play? The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That's about me, you know. Based on my, earlier days.
Oh, right, that's him.
I even had a ghoul manservant. Let me ask you, you ever met a ghoul before?
Sure, I know lots of ghouls. Killed my share too. Only one thing I like less than ghouls. Old geezers giving me orders. Sure, I met some ghouls. They're just people trying to get by.
Ah, you've already learned some wisdom in your youth. Congratulations.
You mentioned something about GNR?
Haven't you ever heard the radio play? The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That guy at the radio station put it together a few years ago. He did it in the style of those shows they had before the war. Came out pretty well. And it's all true. Rockopolis, Miss Chase, all of it. Of course, they do portray me as a bit of a chump. Argyle may have saved my hide more than once, but I had my moments. Ah, those were the days.
Tell me about Argyle.
Argyle was my manservant. Ah, but that's really just a fancy word for the guy who saves my sorry skin on a regular occasion. He was a ghoul, you see. Been around since before the war. We met when I stole his girlfriend back in '41. We'd been best friends ever since. We got separated a long time ago and never reunited. If you find Argyle out there somewhere, you be sure and tell me, okay?
How do you feel about having a few, ghoul neighbors?
Well, I wouldn't mind, but they'd better be civilized. The tenants here are real uppity, and most wouldn't take kindly to ghouls living here.
So you wouldn't mind if some civilized ghouls moved in?
Like I said, it's fine by me.
Will you tell Mr. Tenpenny that you wouldn't mind ghoul neighbors?
Of course. I wonder if they've ever been to Underworld. Now there's an interesting vacation destination.
Okay, I have to go now.
Yes?
Okay, let's see.
You're new around here. I'm Margaret Primrose.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I've heard they carry diseases. I'd have to sanitize everything after them all the time. Besides, they are dangerous, aren't they?
What if they kept themselves clean and didn't bother anyone?
I don't know. As long as they don't cause trouble. And they'd have to try to fit in with our established community. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try.
Will you tell Mr. Tenpenny that you wouldn't mind ghoul neighbors?
I guess so, sure.
Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see
Okay.
you eyeing it.
What was her name here? Primrose,
And how are you this fine day?
Oh, just wonderful. Thanks.
I can smell the stink of ghoul on you.
Hey there. My name is Tiffany Cheng. My miserable excuse for a husband is Comrade Irving Cheng. And you can tell him I said so.
You put up a lot with your husband, huh? Wow, don't say that. You put up a lot from your husband, huh?
Do you know he tried forming a committee to discuss the ghoul situation? A committee! He made himself chairman, of course. What we need is somebody to do something, not just talk about it. Don't suppose you know anything about ghouls, do you?
I've dealt with enough ghouls to know I don't ever want to see one again. Stop worrying about those ghouls.
I wish I could. I get nightmares from time to time.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I don't know. I mean, they're all deformed and scary looking. I bet they're really mean, too.
I met those ghouls. They seem friendly enough.
Well, you seem like you know what you're talking about. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try. I might not spend much time with them. And if they do anything stupid, I'm sure they'll get kicked out. Fine. It's okay.
Would you tell Mr. Tenpenny that you wouldn't mind ghoul neighbors?
I guess so. Hey, Anthony, I think I need a new dress. Something with a little color, if you've got anything like that.
Of course. Shopping is wonderful therapy, isn't it? Better than any old pill Doc Banfield prescribes.
I suppose it is.
I'm always glad to see a customer.
How do you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You can't be serious. Ghouls aren't human. They live in filth. They eat their own babies. You're out of your right freaking mind.
I met those ghouls. They're civilized and pose no threat.
Why would you hang out with dirty vermin like that? You enjoy sifting through feces? You know it's only a matter of time before they get hungry and eat you. You're crazy. Ghouls will never live in Tenpenny Tower.
This is happening. You're gonna have to deal with it or get forced out.
You'll regret this. I've spent years collecting all this fabulous merchandise. I won't stand for this. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
I'm sure you'll find something suitable, don't worry.
The only suitable place is Tenpenny Tower. Everywhere else stinks and caters to low-life scum like you. I'll die out there. I just know it. There must be somewhere safe out there.
So you gain karma for that. Mr. Link. Okay, I've convinced him.
Good to see
Irvin
you.
Cheng. Oh, here we go.
I am Comrade Cheng, beloved leader of the people, shining servant of the community. How can I help you?
So, Chang is convinced that he's a descendant of Chairman Chang, who was the last, communist dictator of China in the Fallout world. People don't need leaders, just good common sense. Nice to meet someone with a sense of civic duty. People don't need leaders, just good common sense.
But not everyone has common sense, do they? True happiness flows from respecting those in charge, because they have the happiness of the people at heart. For example, I've appointed a committee to discuss this problem with the ghouls trying to get in here. You know anything about ghouls?
I will take more than a community to deal with the problem. I think it can help. Communities won't help. You need to simply ignore them or exterminate them. Don't worry about those ghouls, comrade. You need to relax.
Perhaps you're right. My wife is always going on about how crazy I make her.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You finally got around to asking me, comrade. I've given it a lot of careful thought. I would welcome these ghouls into our community. I've already formed a welcoming committee.
Would you tell Mr. Tenpenny that you wouldn't mind ghoul neighbors?
All right, comrade. We'll welcome them into the community.
What's it like living at Tenpenny Tower?
Well, comrade, things are great. The best of the best have made a community here. Well, there is that problem with the ghouls, but I think it'll be solved soon enough. Bye.
So yeah, he is convinced he's a descendant of Chairman Chang, which is kind of funny. Mr. Ling, Miss Montenegro, Miss Lancaster, okay.
You better behave. Gustavo's guards are swift to take care of trouble.
Well, what's the status on Moira Phillips and his gang?
Well, well, what have we here? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Susan Lancaster. Perhaps we can become better acquainted in the near future?
I'm a little busy at the moment. Maybe we can chat later.
Your loss. You fancy yourself a man of action? Think you're man enough to handle a couple of ghouls?
I'm no stranger to violence, that's what you're getting at. Actually, I'm not a big fan of ghouls. Ghouls aren't so bad once you get to know them.
Fine. Never mind. I thought you were a real man. Turns out you're just a scared little boy.
How do you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I know all about your plan to get your ghoul pals in here, and I'm putting a stop to it. You can't just go around pushing us around like that. I've dealt with people like you before. People who think they know what's good for everybody else. I know what's best for me, and that's no ghouls. So you can run along and tell your ghouls they'll just have to find somewhere else to squat. Or better yet, to go off and die somewhere.
This is happening. You're gonna have to deal with it or get forced out.
I'm done with the wasteland. And I've been everywhere else. There isn't anything better than this. Damn you and your ghouls.
I'm sure you'll find something suitable, don't worry.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll talk to Tenpenny. I bet I can live in Burke's place. He's never around anyway.
Well, he's not gonna be
And when he
around
does come
anymore.
back, I'll make sure he's fine with the new arrangement. I'll just send up for my food. I'll never even have to look at you or your ghoul buddies.
Good to see you.
Okay,
Evening.
Ah, hello.
Hey there.
oh, somebody's an alcoholic. Okay. I wish it would give you like a marker on like where all these people are.
Hello.
For all you guys and gals tempted by
Charm,
the thought of
I'm sure.
scabbing in the downtown DC ruins, here's a tip. You see, children, the Frankensteins might violently and horrifically rip you to shreds, but only if you're lucky. According to most of our reports on the super mutants, they actually prefer capturing their
hello.
victims and hauling them off to God knows where. Consider yourself official.
Okay.
This is Bob.
Ah, hello.
Hey there.
I'm not here for your entertainment.
Okay. I guess we gotta go back to the elevator then.
Hey there!
Can I help you?
Okay. Using Lancaster here. The Chang's room.
You watch
That's basically
yourself.
your apartment that you get.
You have a curious look at...
Can I help you?
Well, what's the status on Moira Phillips and his gang?
I know I'm running around a little bit trying to find everyone here. This is what I'm looking for here.
Manners.
No,
I'm Michael Hawthorne.
I'm nobody in particular, but I'm sure you'll come to like me.
Oh, fine. We'll have to share a drink sometime. I'm always in the Federalist Lounge. There's certainly plenty to drink about. Don't suppose you know anything about dealing with their kind, do you?
Look, I know enough about ghouls not to hate them.
Oh, I see. Well, I've never met one, so I wouldn't know. I just always thought... I guess I really don't know what I thought.
How do you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I know you've been talking to the others about the ghouls, and I've been mulling the whole thing over a few cocktails. Well, more than a few. And I've decided that I'd be willing to give it a go. Having ghoul neighbors, I mean.
Will you tell Mr. Tenpenny that you wouldn't mind ghoul neighbors?
What the hell? Sure.
I have to go now. So yeah, not everybody at Tenpenny Tower is a bigot. There's plenty of people that are fine with the ghouls living there. Just trying to find the last few people that I need, but
Hi!
Good to see you.
Mr. Ling, I've already got Lancaster. Miss Montenegro and Mr. and Mrs. Wellington. But where are they? I don't see them. Oh, maybe they're back here, actually.
Hi! This is the Tenpenny Wellness Clinic, and I am Dr. Banfield. I keep the residents healthy.
Being a doctor is a great service to the community.
Yes, the healing art is a rewarding occupation. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I knew it was only a matter of time before you asked me about that. I've decided I want to do my own study of ghoul physiology. Who knows? I could even publish my findings.
Would you tell Mr. Tenpenny you wouldn't mind ghoul
Sure,
neighbors?
no problem.
Okay. And that music is played on a loop. Huh. Very nostalgic, too.
Nice to see you. Doing well, I hope?
Later.
Hey there.
Evening.
Edward Wellington?
Edgar Wellington II at your service. Hold on, who let you in here?
Don't worry, I was let in at the front gate. I jumped over the walls when no one was looking. How do you think I got in here? Don't worry, I was let in at the front gate.
Very well. As long as security is aware of your presence. Can't be too careful these days, what with these ghouls and all. Gustavo says he has the situation well in order, but I wonder if he's really trying. Don't suppose you ran into any ghouls on your way in here?
I eat ghouls for breakfast. I've seen a lot of ghouls. Hated every last one of them. I don't consider ghouls to be a problem, if that's what you're asking.
Then you obviously don't know anything about ghouls.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I know you've been pressuring people into allowing ghouls to live here. Who do you think you are, harassing honest people like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. I certainly won't allow ghouls to live here.
This is happening. You're gonna have to deal with it or get forced out.
This is outrageous, preposterous, forced out by a bunch of dirty ghouls and some bleeding heart activist? Where will I live? How will I get there?
I'm sure you can find something suitable, don't worry. Or I don't care, get your stuff together and get out of here.
I never forget a slight. Watch your back. I'll be sending someone to pay you a little visit in the future.
Also, he has an affair with Susan, I believe.
Ah, hello.
And if you actually tell his wife about that, you can find a note. She will actually go and kill him and Susan. Okay, now I just have to find his wife, which
Evening.
Okay. It seems the settlement of Grey Ditch has gone.
Welcome to... Introductions are in order. I am Mrs. Edgar Wellington. You may refer to me as Madam or My Lady Wellington.
oh look, another stuck-up bee. How impressive. Sure, whatever.
Just as I thought. The end of the world happens, and everyone forgets their manners. I bet you were raised in one of those vault things. Ah! Or worse, raised by a pack of disgusting ghouls. You know much about ghouls?
I'd rather spend time with ghouls than some other people I know. I don't like ghouls any more than you do. I'm not afraid of ghouls. I'd rather spend time with ghouls than some other people I know.
I do hope you're not referring to me. I'm certainly a better conversationalist than some stupid ghoul. And I smell better, too.
How do you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
My neighbors might be out of their minds, but I am not. Those ghouls will not be living here.
This is happening. You're gonna have to deal with it or get forced out.
Damn it! This can't be happening. Why do you think I came here in the first place? To get away from ghouls, monsters, and scum like you. Now I'll have to start all over again. Where will I go?
I'm sure you'll find something suitable, don't worry.
I already did. I hope one of your ghoul buddies kills you. You'll see.
Okay, that is pretty much everyone. I don't think there's anyone left. Now we can actually go and talk to Tenpenny.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Can I help you?
Now, you have a curious look about you. I presume you have something...
The bigots have all been taken care of, so the ghouls can move in now, right?
Well, if my tenants want ghoul neighbors, they can have them. Though the ghouls must pay and follow the rules like everyone else. You're a clever one, aren't you? I'm glad this situation has been resolved. It's a bit crass, but here's a little something for your troubles.
Okay.
You have a curious look.
I have to go now. Now we can tell Roy that they can move in. There's Roy.
What's the status on those Tenpenny bigots?
I've taken care of things. You can move in now.
I'll be damned. Really? Good job, kid. I was willing to unleash the ferals and kill all those bigots. Guess I don't have to now. Here's a little something for your troubles. It'll help you deal with our feral brethren if you meet any.
I have to go now.
Yeah, best get on your way.
So, wait till you guys see what happens still. Because this isn't the end. ID on that. And I guess the rest will put in medicine. Okay, so there's certain evil characters that you can kill, and the Lawbringer, yep. There'll be fingers on their bodies. We'll take that, and I'll talk about that also a little bit later. Note added to regulators. Attention Lawbringers of the Capital Wasteland. The regulators require your aid in bringing the scum of the pestilence that inhabit our home to justice. Report to Sonala Cruz at the regulator headquarters for details. Regulator headquarters. I'll have to come back to that one.
Give me a second. Keep your panties up.
So you see, now there's ghouls here now.
I would surely have perished if it wasn't for Roy Phillips and his tower. Yes? I would surely have perished if it was... Hey, kid. I was wrong about you. Good job.
What's it like living at
It's
Tenpenny Tower?
weird, actually. I used to vacation here before the bombs dropped. Used to be a resort for the wealthy and powerful. I never thought I'd be the one fighting to get in here. Guess way back it used to be a plantation. Ironic, isn't it?
I have to go now.
Good luck. Wasn't for Roy. Haha. Hey there, bud. Thanks again for helping us get in here.
What's it like living at Tenpenny Tower?
Beats the wasteland and 30 tunnels, that's for damn sure. Yeah, Phillips and his tower.
Hey.
Hi. Don't know how you did it. I'd never allow those zombies room and board. But as long as Tenpenny keeps paying me, I'll stay.
I have to go.
I still got...
Okay, so let's go to Robco facility and basically just wait like a few days. Like I think let's wait like 2 days. Because this is actually not over. So even though we got XP for completing the quest, it's actually not over still. And we're gonna head right back to Tenpenny Tower here. Okay. So look at what happened now. The door's open. The guard's gone. The guards are all gone here, too. Gustavo's gone.
I would surely have perished if it wasn't for Roy Phillips and his tower. Hey, kid. I was wrong about you.
What happened to the other Tenpenny Tower residents?
Hey, Roy decided to take out the trash. I'm glad I lost my sense of smell. You'll want to stay clear of the basement storage room.
I have to go. Yeah. Doctor's gone too.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Hey there.
Tenpenny. Oh, hello there. Can't thank you enough.
Where are the other Tenpenny Tower residents?
I don't know where they are, but everything is fine. Roy said not to worry about the other residents. Oh, the tower is a wonderful place to
So
live.
all the residents have disappeared? Is the one here? Yeah, this is the place. Look at this now here. Tenpenny Tower resident. Yeah. Keep Gustavo. Gustavo's dead. Herbert Daring Dashwood, they killed him too, even though he was perfectly fine letting the ghouls live here. They killed the doctor. Irvin Chang's dead. Margaret Primrose, Michael Hawthorne. Everyone's dead. And so that's why this is the most disturbing quest in the game, because it really has no, there really is no happy endings to this quest. You either let the ghouls, the feral ghouls in, they kill everybody, you let Roy in, he kills everybody, or you kill Roy.
Yes? Hey, kid, how's it going?
The basement storage room is full of bodies. You have anything to do with that?
Can't say I completely agreed with Roy's decision. Then again, they were a bunch of assholes. No one's innocent, kid. You do well to remember that.
They literally were convinced to let you live here, and the bigots left. And that's what's so ironic about this, is when the bigots leave, they get spared. They survive or they die in the wasteland. But the people who are perfectly fine with it, they stay here and they die.
Yes. Hi again.
So you approve of mass murder. The basement storage is full of corpses.
Oh? Well, they must have done something to deserve that. Stay out of...
Now we go find, Roy.
Hey, thanks again. Couldn't have... Haha. Hey there, bud. Thanks again for helping us get in here.
Nice pile of bodies in the storage room. You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
They had it coming. But I don't have to justify myself to you or any other smooth skin. In fact, you'd best piss off if you don't want to join them.
We're gonna get a good kill on Roy here. I lost karma. How the hell have I lost karma for that? What the hell is wrong with you, Fallout 3? How I've lost karma for that, I will never know. I literally just killed a mass murderer. You have lost karma. That's what it is. Yeah, killing a mass murderer. I've lost karma.
Thought I heard.
You don't lose karma for killing Michael Masters. Michael Masters inventory key. A ton of stuff in here, but will I get, I think I'll lose karma for stealing this stuff, too.
You better not cause any more trouble.
Yeah, and as for,
Ah, hello. Hi again.
As for, Bessie, I think I'm gonna spare, I think I'm gonna spare Bessie, because Bessie's kind of oblivious to what was going on. She didn't really have anything to do with it. But it was Michael and Roy were the problem. So that's pretty much it. All of these other ghouls, you don't really want to kill them. They're innocent. You know, they were brought in here. It was Roy who was responsible for all the mass murders. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Tenpenny Tower's been taken over by these ghouls, but yeah, that's the horror of this quest. Let me see. Am I gonna lose karma for taking this? How am I losing karma for that? It's... I guess I won't take anything else here anymore, but... Wonder what my stats are. Very good, Ambassador of Peace. Okay. I don't know how I've lost karma for killing Roy. It's just...
Charmed, I'm sure.
But I guess that will wrap this up, guys. Let me know if you were surprised by that, how that ended there. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, do drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.